learn in general, but, I mean, at the highest of levels, it's definitely possible. But, yep, we're getting the characters that we expect here, and we're starting off on PS1. Let's get right into it. Young Link first up for Seagull, and Lucina up first for Dexter. All right. Seagull putting on a good bit of damage here already. Young Link, despite not having the best range, the fact that he's really fast plus has projectiles allows him to get in pretty easily. Gonna get that tether grab from a distance, put on pressure, start juggling here. Dexter manages to get back to the ground, catches the bomb, and that is not the move for him. Seagull misses the grab but does not get punished for it. And the fair is going to take it with only 26.9% on Seagull. All right, but now Dexter's Roy starting it up, trying to put on pressure, gonna throw the bomb away. Already has Seagull at 91%. Anything by lead should kill Young Link here, and that is it. So 2 characters to 2 characters left. Seagull's Wolf immediately coming out. Seems like Seagull likes to have his Wolf as his second character. And it's really interesting where people put their mains, if only because wherever they have their mains sort of tells you what they are thinking of, I guess, how it's going to go for the opponent. It's similar to like a, what's it called, a crew battle, right? Sometimes people will bring out their big gun like mid-bracket to stop the bleeding, and other times it's like they'll put them at the end because it's like, all right, just to close it out. Sometimes they'll put it at the front just to get a huge lead. All right, but good stuff here. Seagull managing to get an edge guard with Wolf. And now we have the Wolf Ditto. All right, trying to put on some pressure here. One interesting thing is, despite the fact that Seagull is well known for being one of the wolves who uses the most lasers, it doesn't seem like he goes for that in the Ditto. And the obvious reason is, all right, well, that you have a reflector. But I mean, depending on when you throw out a projectile, even if your opponent has a reflector, as long as it's like a small, weak projectile or something like that, a quick one, you can use it more often than, say, like a Samus charge shot or something like that. Because in the end, you force your opponent to use the move that they need to absorb or nullify your projectile. Ooh, the edge guard coming out there. Good stuff from Seagull, managing to take it without having to go to the Palutena. Singles are not done. We're doing Squad Strike for now, and I believe when Squad Strike's finished, we're going to have bracket directly afterwards. Top 16 of this this wonderful monthly. All right. Sticking with the same characters, now let's see if they have the same order. Seagull started off with Young Link first, and Dexter started off with Lucina first. All right. Seagull going to keep the exact same order, but Dexter going to switch it up a little bit. Wants to start with the Roy versus Young Link. And that's an interesting choice due to the fact that, unlike Lucina, Roy generally wants to fight up close more, and as a result, he also has more speed. His moves are more close range. And while typically fighting close range isn't a great thing if you're facing a projectile character, Roy, on the other hand, generally scoffs at projectiles due to the fact that he can get in really quickly. And on top of that, the amount of pressure that he's able to put on once he gets in should make him a good counter versus Young Link. So we'll see how it goes for Dexter. All right, gonna get caught in the air with no double jump, but nothing crazy gonna come as a result. All right, just gonna throw him away. This is already slightly more even than the, well, a good bit more even than the Lucina match. All right, good stuff to Seagull. Throws the boomerang downwards in order to intercept the path that Dexter was going to take. All right, Dexter in an advantage position. Neither of them using moves that are particularly unsafe on shield until that moment there. All right, going to get the jab into the back air, and that's going to close out the stock. Now Dexter has to contend with the Wolf. Let's see how Roy's going to do versus the Wolf here. Previously, ooh. Well, yeah, that answers that. But now, at the very least, second character versus second character, Dexter is going to have the Lucina versus Wolf. And we'll see how well that works out here. Wolf being one of the characters that is able to penetrate, I guess, zones by using projectiles in order to bait. And you already see one more laser coming out of Seagull than previous. But Dexter still doing an excellent job here, keeping up the pressure. Seagull in the corner, but the Nair meaty move is going to come straight through. All right, going to try and put on pressure at a distance. I feel like Seagull did not, or maybe he did intend to do the laser from the platform, just didn't get it in time. Ooh, good stuff to Dexter. That runoff up B is going to catch Seagull in the startup of his own up B. So now we have Lucina versus Palutena. Seagull on his last character, and Dex still, well, in a precarious position with his second, but already racking up a decent amount of extra credit. We'll see if it's enough for him to be able to close it out with the Wolf afterwards, or if it's enough to just close it out with the Lucina right now. All right. Good damage. This is getting dangerous. 82% forward smash at the edge will do it. Possibly even a back air off stage. Well, definitely a back air off stage. All right, good stuff to Dexter. He's just going to drift backwards, make sure that he's not putting himself in an edge guard position or anything like that, and just come straight in. So that's one thing to note about recovering. A lot of people, especially at the lower levels, generally want to come in as close as possible because they're like, oh, I really don't want to be off stage. But if you drift backwards first, you're generally going to be safer from an edge guard than if you're drifting in. So just keep that in mind. All right. And, of course, it's character dependent because as Doc, you may not have as much room to drift back. But now we have Dexter's Wolf versus Seagull's Palutena. Seagull at a decent deficit here. Nothing that Palutena can't make up, especially if he manages to get Wolf off stage and create an edge guard situation. Gets a down tilt, but, oh, Dexter just comes in with the side B, and that almost was enough. But Seagull managing to DI that appropriately. Dexter still not in the greatest of positions, but that landing, Dexter just going to catch it with an up smash out of shield, and he's going to take the second game. All right, sweet, sweet, sweet stuff. Sweet stuff coming out from Dexter. Now let's see. All right, they're going to go right back to Town and City. Just the other element of Squad Strike, just trying to decide, all right, stages and characters based off of your opponent's entire lineup, and on top of that, their potential order. So there's just a lot to think about in Squad Strike. Ooh, and Seagull choosing Ridley as his last character instead of Palutena. That is an interesting one. It's really interesting to do in a Game 3 situation. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. Is this... winners semifinals. Is this best of 5 or best of 3?
It's probably best of 3.
All right. In that case, it's very curious if it's best of 3 for Seagull to go and switch to Ridley of all things, especially because all of Dexter's characters are pretty good at juggling. But Seagull already starting off better with the Young Link here, and absolutely not going to change that part of his lineup. Dexter going to keep the Roy out, potentially expecting Seagull to stick with Young Link first. And considering his Roy did pretty well last time, this could be a good position for him. And hey, who knows? Sometimes maybe the counter pick, like, oh, hey, I'm going to pick Ridley, is a bait to be like, all right, well, since I'm picking a new character, maybe I'm going to switch my order. Maybe I'm going to switch my lineup and get the opponent to do the wrong thing first, or, you know, to close out the wrong way. There's just so many factors that goes into this, and a lot of people probably aren't necessarily even thinking about a lot of them right now. Some of them may turn out to be more important, less important, but in the end, we'll see. Next, we're going to jump all the way in. Good stuff to him, making sure that Dare does not shield poke, parrying the second hit, that bounce. All right, are we going to see a boomerang downwards? No, we're just going to see a Nair come out. Ooh, unfortunate for Dexter. He air dodges afterwards, probably expecting he was going to hit the stage and get the tech, but instead all he needed was an up B. All right, speaking of up B, Seagull goes for a reversal up B, but with that low percent, not going to do too much. Good stuff to Seagull, just going for the down smash punish, especially if you don't necessarily know where your opponent's going to drift and you don't have a move that covers in front of you or above you in a really, really wide area, it's typically just better to go for down smash on your opponent's landing. All right, and speaking of landing, Seagull's going to get denied there with a forward smash from Dexter. Well, that was more of an approach than a landing. This could be bad, though, for Seagull. Dexter already going to try and start the juggles here, but we do not have very many Ridleys out here. Or the Ridleys are in VA. All right. Seagull going to keep pressure up. This juggle situation is actually Seagull's here. All right, going to ledge trap. Good stuff with that nair. Covers just so much space. Dexter going to go right back to the other side of the stage. Not going to get to play neutral here. All right, reverse hit of nair. All right, nair again. All right, Dexter back in control. Let's see if he's able to trap Seagull as well as Seagull trapped him. And the answer already seemed like a no, but good dancing blade in order to catch that spot dodge. Very important to have a move that catches spot dodges in this game. Ooh, good stuff to Dexter. Able to grab backwards, just going to up B there. And now we have Lucina versus Wolf again. The thing is, though, Seagull's Wolf was able to close it out versus Dexter's Lucina last time before the, was it? Yeah, before the Palutena match. Wait, actually, was that the case? No, not at all. It was Lucina versus Palutena. I'm sorry, I'm lying. But in either case, now we have Dexter's Lucina. All right, just going to wait for the spot dodge. Very smart, especially when you know that your opponent has some sort of move with low lag. You have to mix up your option afterwards, because a lot of people immediately go for the shield grab, but shield grabs already don't work as well as they did in Smash 4. All right, Dexter's just going to go for a second down tilt there in order to pressure Seagull off stage, but that's not going to work out. And now we have the Wolf Ditto for Game 3 final stock here. Let's see who's going to make it. Dexter sort of going to fall back a little bit and try and catch Seagull jumping in with a forward smash, but that's not going to work here. Worked with the Lucina, not going to work with the Wolf. All right, Seagull already using a bit more lasers here. Dexter trying to use a laser off stage, but that one's going to get reflected right back at him, and that cross-up back air is going to take the game and the set.